Once upon a time, in a quaint town nestled among rolling hills and quiet streets, there lived an ordinary man named Ed Gein. For his neighbors, Ed was just another friendly face in the community, a man who kept to himself, but always had a wave and a kind word for everyone. It was only when the sun set and the shadows grew longer that Ed's true nature began to stir. Under the cover of darkness, he would retreat into his home and engage in bizarre and disturbing activities. But these dark secrets remained hidden from the eyes of the town, and Ed successfully concealed his true identity, living a double life that would shock the world when it was exposed. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we will be exploring the chilling reality of Ed Gein, a man who shocked the nation with his gruesome crimes. Join us as we uncover the disturbing details of Ed Gein's life and the haunting secrets that made him one of the most notorious figures in criminal history. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe so you won't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. And don't forget to hit that like button because your support means everything to us. So sit back, relax, and prepare to be captivated by the chilling tale of Ed Gein, a monster who lurked in plain sight. Ed Gein was a recluse who lived in a small town in Wisconsin. He dressed flamboyantly in women's clothing and makeup and exhibited eccentric behavior that puzzled the locals. Despite his peculiarities, they didn't suspect that he was capable of such heinous acts. Ed's crimes came to light when the sheriff's deputies were dispatched to his house in response to a missing persons report filed by a local bar owner who had not seen her friend Mary Hogan for several days. Upon arriving at the scene, they found Ed standing in the yard wearing a dress and a blonde wig. When asked if he knew anything about Miss Hogan's whereabouts, he replied in the negative. However, something about his demeanor raised suspicion, prompting the officers to enter his house. Inside, they discovered a horrifying sight that would send chills down their spines. As they conducted a thorough search of the premises, they stumbled upon a secret room in the basement where they found the remains of Mary. This chilling discovery was just the tip of the iceberg as they uncovered more disturbing evidence of Ed's sinister activities. The investigation into Ed's activities revealed a trove of disturbing artifacts, including a large collection of women's clothing, shoes, masks, and other personal items. What's more, they found photographs of Ed dressed in women's clothing and engaging in various activities. These shocking discoveries painted a disturbing picture of the man's psyche and the extent of his bizarre behavior. In a desperate attempt to evade capture, Ed barricaded himself in his home and engaged the police in a tense standoff. After hours of negotiations, he finally surrendered and was taken into custody. The news of his arrest quickly spread throughout the town, sending shockwaves through the community. People were stunned and horrified to learn the dark secrets that their seemingly ordinary neighbor had been hiding. As authorities delved deeper into Ed's background, they uncovered a troubled past that may have shed light on his disturbing behavior. He had a difficult childhood marked by the absence of his father, August, who worked as a traveling salesman and was rarely present in his son's life. Ed's mother, Augusta, was a strict and domineering woman who had a significant influence on him. She instilled in him a deep sense of morality and warned him of the dangers of the outside world, which may have contributed to his social awkwardness and paranoia. His mother's influence over him was so strong that even as an adult, he remained a recluse and rarely ventured out of his house. His social isolation may have played a role in his deteriorating mental state and ultimately his descent into darkness. But the story doesn't end there. Ed's crimes were far more gruesome than anyone could have imagined. As investigators combed through the evidence, they uncovered a series of disturbing details that revealed the true extent of his depravity. Ed's house of horrors had many more secrets hidden within its walls. During the investigation, it was discovered that Ed had not only killed Mary Hogan, but also Bernice Warden, another local resident who had gone missing. He had used a similar modus operandi in both cases, luring his victims to his home and then brutally murdering them. His victims were primarily young, attractive women who resembled his mother, which suggests that he had a particular fixation on this type of person. The details surrounding the murders were truly horrific. Ed had subjected his victims to unimaginable torture and mutilation, and he had even kept some of their body parts as trophies. His level of brutality was shocking and disturbing, and it soon became clear that he was a highly dangerous individual who posed a threat to society. In addition to the disturbing evidence found at his home, investigators also uncovered a series of unsettling details about Ed's behavior and state of mind. He had been acting erratically in the weeks leading up to his arrest, and he had even been seen at a local tavern wearing women's clothing and dancing provocatively. His bizarre behavior had not gone unnoticed, but no one had suspected that he was capable of such heinous crimes. As news of Ed's crimes spread, the public was horrified and outraged. They struggled to comprehend the extent of his depravity and the motives behind his actions. The case quickly became one of the most notorious in history, and Ed Gein's name became synonymous with evil and darkness. After his arrest, Ed was charged with the murders of Mary Hogan and Bernice Worden, and he was brought to trial. The evidence against him was overwhelming, and he was convicted and sentenced to life in prison. However, the full extent of his crimes was still unknown, and there were many more disturbing details that would emerge in the years to come. In prison, Ed's behavior continued to be erratic and unpredictable, and he was often violent and uncooperative. He was transferred to a psychiatric hospital where he remained for the rest of his life. And it was here that the full extent of his crimes and his disturbed psyche was finally uncovered. Through therapy sessions and psychological testing, it became clear that Ed had a number of severe mental disorders, including schizophrenia and psychopathy. He had been living in a delusional world of his own creation, and his crimes were the result of a lifetime of mental illness and social isolation. Despite his confinement, Ed's crimes continued to haunt the people of Plainfield and the wider public. His story became the subject of numerous books, documentaries, and films, and his name has become synonymous with evil and darkness. Even today, people are fascinated by the story of Ed Gein, and his crimes continue to be studied by criminologists and psychologists. However, it is important to remember that behind the notoriety and infamy lies the tragic story of two women who were brutally murdered by a madman. The case of Ed Gein is a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk in the human mind, and it serves as a warning of the importance of addressing mental health issues and providing support to those who are struggling. In addition, it highlights the need for greater understanding and compassion towards those who suffer from mental illness, as well as the importance of creating a more inclusive and supportive society. Now let us take a look at some of the reasons why Ed Gein's story continues to fascinate us even today. Ed's crimes were truly horrific, and the level of brutality he displayed was shocking and disturbing. The way he lured his victims to his home, tortured and mutilated their bodies, and kept their body parts as trophies is truly terrifying. And it's no wonder that people are still fascinated by his crimes today. Additionally, Ed's crimes were all the more shocking because he was able to conceal them for so long. He was able to live a seemingly normal life while committing heinous crimes, and this added to the mystery and intrigue surrounding his case. The fact that he was able to blend in so easily makes us wonder how many other serial killers or psychopaths may be living among us undetected. Another reason why Ed's story continues to fascinate us is the disturbing details surrounding his behavior and state of mind. His bizarre behavior in the weeks leading up to his arrest, such as being seen at a local tavern dancing provocatively in women's clothing, makes us wonder what could have possessed him to act in such a way. The fact that he was able to live a seemingly normal life while harboring such disturbing thoughts and urges is truly unsettling. Finally, Ed's story is a reminder of the darkness that can lurk in the human mind. Despite his confinement in a psychiatric hospital, his crimes continue to haunt us, and his story serves as a warning of the importance of addressing mental health issues and providing support to those who are struggling. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to stay tuned for more content like this. We hope you learned something new and gained insight into the fascinating world of psychology. Don't forget to hit that like button and share this video with your friends and family. Thanks for watching. See you next time.